Okay. The NES Classic Edition, Part 3. I'm your host, Super Happy. Let's get started with Galaga, a classic eponymous game. You can still find it at many bars around the country. And I suck at it. Let's just make that clear right away. There's really not much I could say about Galaga. I mean, you all know about this game, right? You know, breakout hit by Namco in their homeland. In America, it was a breakout hit for Bally Midway, who published all of Namco's games without crediting them for them. As far as we knew, Midway made Pac-Man and Galaga. Eventually, we learned better. But yeah, Galaga. The cool thing about Galaga is the big gimmick. It's named after the motherships at the top. I believe they're called. Those are what the Galaga ships are. I could be wrong. But at any rate, they're the mothership. They have the ability to capture your fighter, which, you know, is sort of a bad thing. It takes a life from your stock. But on the other hand, you can get your right fighter back, and it'll fight alongside you, effectively doubling your firepower, which, ooh, see? I told you I'm not very good. Okay, I at least got one of the rows. But yeah, doubling your firepower, for the most part, if you want to, like, get through the challenge stage with a good score, or a perfect score, you kind of need it. And if you want to get through any of the later levels, you kind of need it as well. And that's easier said than done, because holding on to the second fighter is not an easy task. You're a big target, you're a huge target, really, for a shooter. And see, there you go. I lost it already. And yeah, little things happen in the later stages. Enemies start dive bombing you right at the beginning, and as you saw, one of the enemies just kind of randomly turns into four similar enemies. Who knows how that happens? Okay, and now I've demonstrated something bad. You do not want to shoot the mothership before it descends on you. Otherwise, you won't get your ship back. Your ship just is stuck as an enemy fighter, and it'll come down and try to kill you. And yeah, you lost a life. Congratulations. Well, at least I managed to... Oh, apparently I'm wrong. My fighter came back in the next stage. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of a surprise. I learned something new about Galaga today, even though it's been around in every arcade for the past 25, 30 years. 30 years? Is it 30? 35? Probably 35. And I lost my fighter again. Another thing you don't want to do, of course, if your fighter is captured, is you can miss the mothership and shoot your own fighter. And needless to say, that's a bad thing. Anyway, that was Galaga. Stage 15. I got stage 6. Let's see, yeah, stage 6, because that's the 5 medal, followed by the stage 1 medal. Adds up to 6. That's about it. This is about how I usually do. Stage 6, 65% hit miss ratio. It's about right. And at least I beat the default high score, so that's something. Trademark 1981. See, 1, 2, 3, 36 years. Video games are almost as old as I am. Well, what am I saying? They're a little bit older than I am. The Atari 2600 came out same year I was born. But yeah, they started taking off when I was wee baby. Anyway, that's Galaga. You'll know it. I just played it. Let's try another one. There we go. The next game is Ghosts and Goblins. Oh boy. Are we in for something? Well, Arthur just likes to hang around his girlfriend in his underwear. His armor just kind of sitting at the side there. Fortunately, he around, when he likes to sit around naked usually, but keeps his armor nearby because you never know when you might need it. His armor allows him to take one hit from these enemies before it gets knocked off. It's not very good armor, but hey, it's better than nothing. See, there it goes. One of the better known aspects of the game. Another good, well-known aspect of this game is the multiple weapons. Many of which are worse than the default weapon. I do not want that one up there, the torch. That enemy can shoot in whatever direction it wants. Arthur can only shoot left and right. He's at a bit of a disadvantage. And throughout this whole game, he'll be at a bit of a disadvantage. Here's the red air mare. That's much faster than him. It can also shoot wherever it wants. Yeah. And that about sums up Ghosts and Goblins. Arthur is a guy in a really terribly designed suit of armor who is always at a disadvantage at all times, and he dies all the time. Okay, this is one of the few weapons that is ostensibly better than the default. It's about the same, actually, strength-wise, but it's a little faster. So yeah, it's a rude game. Like, right at the beginning, right at the very first level, enemies can spawn anywhere. They won't spawn right on top of Arthur, at least it's not that mean. But they can spawn just right in, really close, right in front of them. And they just constantly do it. They don't stop. Unless, except in situations like this one, where I've got to fight the mid-boss. Red armor. Once again, I couldn't quite get him before he got me. Fortunately, I had armor that time. And now platforming. Yes, water kills Arthur. Would you expect anything less? Alright. I got the Capcom, that thing, what's it called? The pinwheel? I think it is pinwheel. But it appears in a lot of Capcom games. In this game, sadly, in a lot of games, it'll restore your health or something like that. In this one, it gives you points, that's it. Would have been nice to get my armor back. And here we go, more enemies that can spawn anywhere. They move erratically. They shoot at you. Fortunately, they can't shoot in any direction they want. They can only shoot downward. Like that. They can shoot downward like that. And, thankfully, each stage has one single checkpoint. Better than nothing. At least it's not starting me from the beginning. I'm determined to play the first level properly. After that, expect some hardcore save scumming, folks. You can... the baby NES does not have the most convenient save state system in the world. It's kind of awkward, but it does its job. And I will be making absolutely... Oh, they can shoot forward, too. Well, damn. These guys are just full of surprises. Alright, let's try to outrun them. Oh, can't outrun them if they appear right in front of me, though. Alright, boss number 1 coming up. And he killed me. Okay. A screen you see quite often. I do believe you get infinite continues in this game, at least. This was before they... this was an early enough game. They didn't really start being mean and limiting your continue usage until later. Let me see what happens if I choose it. I don't know if I'll start at the midpoint. Oh, I do. Okay. So I guess lives don't really mean anything in this game, except it probably resets my score, and I don't even think back in this day people cared about their score quite that much. Especially not in this game where you're just fighting to survive. It is a big enough feat to get past the first level. You don't really care if you scored 20,000 points. Like, don't believe the lies in the wizard. If somebody scores 50,000 points on Double Dragon, they don't care. They just want to save their girlfriend. So yeah, I'm getting killed to death. There are speedrunners and super players who make this game look easy. I don't know how they do it. This game just seems so random to me. Like, these guys are easy enough to avoid. But, you know, then you get to the guy, the ghosts. And they move everywhere. I'm just gonna try to, like... Oh, for God's sake. Try to outrun them while throwing weapons constantly so I get the ones in front of me. Let's see how that strategy works. Okay, that guy was too high to hit. And now he's hanging around the boss area. That's really rude. Okay, that seems to have worked. Now, if I'm not... Okay. I think that boss can charge at you. I'm not sure, though. Anyway, that's level 1. Now, if you'll excuse me... Well, actually, I can continue, right? I don't need to create a restore point. But let's just show you what I'll be doing throughout the game. Alright. So these guys appear out the windows, and they fly everywhere, and they shoot at you. Yay! Okay, well, you can see what happens when Arthur steps off the edge of a platform. He falls like a brick. Let's just move. Alright, another pinwheel. I'm mega scoring. Oh man, that's rude. Okay. Pause. Save. Alright. I don't even remember. I don't remember what's coming next, because I don't get past the first round very often. Okay, these guys, they charge at you, right? Okay. Charge at you and they take... Oh, and they spit at you from above. And they take multiple hits, of course. Oh, I did not even see that. Yeah, I thought I hit a midpoint there. So, you know, I won't be loading my save point. I think I'll just continue because I get my armor back. Again, there's another point item, the bags of money strewn everywhere, and I don't care about points! So they can shoot, you know, they can shoot down and they can shoot straight ahead. It's very rude. And another thing that's rude, as if there wasn't enough about this game, the time limit. I have 1 minute and 30 seconds to beat this stage. If you think that's a good amount of time, it isn't. Because look at this. Enemies camping out. Camping out at the bottom of the ladder. It takes multiple hits to kill them. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what to do there. What I am going to do is save scum. So the way saving works is you reset the system. When you reset the system, it saves your state when you every time you reset. So you're brought back to the main menu, and you get a spot to put your save state in. It's kind of cute, but like I said, it's certainly not as convenient as like pushing an F key like it is in an emulator. Man, I am just finding all the pinwheels, aren't I? Oop. So let's see where I start. I think I do start in the quite a ways back. Yeah, it's before the building with the guys and the spitting guys. So, if I want to load my save point, I gotta reset again, and then I just select it from the list. But yeah, you gotta reset the system to save state and load state. It's, you know, you get used to it. It's the way Nintendo wanted to do it. What can I say? So I'm gonna, you know, try to beat the game using save states. If I can't guarantee I'll be able to make it, even with save states. There might just get to a point where I just can't go on. It's that kind of game where you can't go on. It's too much. Scum them saves. So yeah, tried to jump there, didn't quite go off, so I fell straight down. There is no inertia whatsoever. You have to jump to move forward. Otherwise, you're a stone. You're a lead weight. Oh, here we go. You just can't help it. You're stuck going straight down. You're doomed. You're doomed to go in that pattern. There's no stopping Arthur. When he's decided he wants to go in one specific direction, he'll go that direction. You can't control, like, your jump and mid-jump either. That's another thing worth noting. Alright, so we got some platforming trouble here. I'll try to figure it out. Bear with me. For what it's worth, Ghosts and Goblins for the NES is a pretty good port of the arcade game. Like, it's a little glitchy and like there's a lot of flicker, all that kind of stuff, but it's an early NES game. So, like, take it for what it is, and it's fine. It recreates the arcade experience, you know, fairly accurately, because the arcade game was hard. Oh, don't go thinking the arcade game was any more fair. It just looked better. But it played about the same. Can't control your jump. Whoop. Can't control your jump. Enemies are everywhere. They're vicious. There's 2 of them now. Hooray! And they surrounded me, and I have no idea how I was supposed to not die there, because one of them kind of railroaded me into the other. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, I might be a little less talkative at this point, because I gotta concentrate. One down. That's it. Alright. Get my armor back for stage 3. The ice... Oh, excuse me. The ice stage. Look at how it starts you out. It just sends enemies raining down on you. I think I'm going to kill myself, actually. Get my armor back, and also we won't have to hear that game over screen every single time I have to load state. So does crouching help? Seems to. Sort of. Alright, I'm just going to keep going. Yeah. It's kind of hard to hit that bad, being that it was flying on the ground. There's no way to skip these, by the way. The map screens. Alright, I kept my armor that time. I'm getting better. I'm learning how to play. Another kind of... Yeah, it's tricky. You could get stuck in the crouching position. I am almost completely sure the stalagmites on the ceiling, fairly certain they hurt you, so don't jump into them. And these guys are reminiscent of the bone dragons in Castlevania. They fire what appear to be billiard balls at you, and it could be from the top or bottom. You don't know which one it is until their face appears. Red Armor. Oh my god, he is just... He is an infamous mid-boss. Oh, I was certain I hit a midpoint there. Oh, I did. Okay. But yeah. Look where it puts me. Okay, we're going to be seeing this a lot. There's a strategy to fighting Red Armor. I probably should figure it out, huh? Well, that worked. Oh boy, these guys again. I missed them. Alright. Well, it starts you right in front of Red Aramer, so I'm just going to be fighting him a bunch, I guess. I think it takes 4 hits. You know, you play this in the arcade, you get the same, pretty much the same pattern from it. And, it starts you in the same place. So, imagine just inserting a quarter many, many times. And you're like, no, I gotta try again. I gotta keep trying. You're feeding quarters into the machine, making no progress. Next thing you know, you spent about $75. Oh, and look, it's another Red Aramer. Guess what I'm doing now? Holy shit. Okay. I'm not getting that. So we're gonna try this a few more times. Man, I cannot hit it. Okay, when it dives like that, I don't know what to do. Come on, I can hit it 4 times without getting hit once. Just once. Look at that. I avoided it 3 times and I just could not get a hit on it. Oh, you are awful, Red Aramer. It really is the worst. Alright. Whoops. I'm gonna give this a few more tries. Oh! Did it despawn? Tell me it despawned. It despawned, but then an enemy appears right on top of me. I'm telling you, this is just one of the most rude games ever made in the history. This cave started out not too bad, you know? I made it through without having to reset, you know? Well, not once. Then I get to this part. Two Red Aramers. And you get 2 hit points to fight them with. Look at that. I thought I avoided him. It even looked like I avoided him, right? I was still alive for like a second after he hit me. It just instilled false hope into me. Five more tries before I move on to Gradius. You know what? They call it safe scumming because that's what it is. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't believe those guys are random. Where does it start me? Mm-hmm. Alright. I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this. Like, is maybe a place where I can get my armor back or something? There are a few places where you can heal up in Ghosts and Goblins. It's not a hopeless game. I mean, it comes close, but it can be won, and sometimes they give you a break. Sometimes they give you a break and you can get your armor back. Every once in a while. It's not often. I don't think so. No, that's not armor. That's a king thing. Whoop! Okay. Well, it seemed like I found a route that avoided additional red armors, so let's see if I can get through that one more time. The enemy spawns aren't random, but they are right in your face. Yeah. All right. Oh my God. Christ in hell. Ten tries. 10 tries, folks. And I counted as the first one. Don't know what to do when it dies down like that. Oh, that was close. I killed it. Ugh. Tell me he despawned. Ugh. He probably would have if I was not going that direction. Alright. Well, that's less than 10 tries. What can I say? He despawned. This fucking game. How many was that? How many red armors were in this stage? And you know, no way to get armor. Look what it gave me. It gave me a little king. It gives me 1,000 points. That'll really help. That'll really help in my fight. I became a frog and then I died. Did you see that? And that's right. If you can't make it through all those red armors without dying, you start right at the very first one. Five tries. Starting now. This is what I meant by the video game being too much. This is what I meant, folks. He won't stop like dive bombing me. Well, okay. That was most certainly the last one. Right, folks? There can't be any more. There can't be any more. Okay, so King doesn't give you 1,000 points. It turns you into a frog. That's cool. I'm pretty sure it's temporary. Yeah, okay. I don't want this. I don't think weapons despawn in this game, unfortunately. Or, yeah. They don't fade out. They don't flash and fade out like weapons usually do. Alright. Hey, look at this. One of them dragon bosses you see in games like this. Not too hard. So yeah, it's kind of very reminiscent of Volvagia, isn't it? But this might be one of the first games you've seen a dragon like that. So as you can see from the map, we got some pitfalls coming up. Oh boy. If this is where the journey ends, I think this is going to be it. Like, the 7 red armors couldn't do it, but I'm pretty sure this stage will be able to do it. This is where I'm just going to be, like, throwing my hands up in the air. Because I'm halfway done with the game. I'm halfway done. Apparently, like, you know, it wasn't hard enough at first. Now we got crazy erratic platforming to deal with. Is that an extra life? Wow. A 1-up. Amazing. That's generous of them. I got to save a quarter. So, yeah. These look like eyeballs, don't they? They might actually be eyeballs. I don't know. And I'm seem to be going back to the beginning of the stage. Okay. That's good. No problem. Hard to tell, but those are not just background objects. You do fly in front of them. You do fly in front of them when you're on the eyeball platforms, but you can jump on them. Okay, I guess there's no other platforms in front of me. I gotta contend with this guy. Righto. I believe I passed the checkpoint too, so yay. Now we're on a bridge. Enemies spawn below you. So does fire. It's okay, this stage wasn't too bad. The platforms really they move horribly, but there are plenty of them at least. But you know, that's really not as bad as 7 Red Armors, is it? It's going to be hard to find stuff that's quite that bad. I don't remember the game too well, seeing that I can't get this far. I can't get this far, like, you know, just by playing it. I need an emulator. I need resets. I need save stating. So I don't see these stages often.